Welcome to the Today in History channel. In today's video we will talk about the day, June 17, 1940, France's surrender. After the disgraceful Munich Agreement, 1938, no proper measures were taken to prevent the invasion of France, which finally took place on May 2, 1940, when several German tank divisions crossed the French border. France's defense was terrible, and although technically its army was superior in number and armament, the Germans had more planes and a new combat technique, the blitzkrieg, or lightning war, which revolutionized modern military strategy, concentrating forces combined in a well-coordinated and coordinated manner, with armored vehicles closely supported by elements of mobile infantry, air force and artillery, by means of surprise actions in the face of enemies who were unprepared and who were unable to react quickly and consistently in the face of offensives. All of these tactics would not have been possible without the development of new forms of communication, specialized vehicles, and a less centralized and more efficient command structure, with officers with their own initiative. German forces avoided direct combat, interrupting communications, supply lines and command centers by means of selective attacks, which in turn sank the adversary's morale. On June 16, after the Paris authorities declared it an open city in order to avoid a massive bombing that destroyed it, German troops entered the capital without resistance. The president of the Council of Ministers, Paul Reynaud, sought to end hostilities with Nazi Germany and was replaced by Marshal Philippe Pétain, who signed the armistice in Compiègne, by which the division of France into two regions, the occupied and the of the collaborative French government of Vichy. Part of the north and west of France was occupied by the Wehrmacht. Pétain transferred the capital to Vichy and broke off relations with the British, turning occupied France into a fascist dictatorship. General de Gaulle, who had fled to London, founded the Free France movement, with exiles and inhabitants of French colonies, to organize resistance to the occupation. When the Allies invaded North Africa in November 1942, Germans and Italians immediately occupied the remaining free part of France, which would only be released on June 6, 1944, with the Allied landing during the Battle of Normandy. Paris would not be released until August 25, 1944. After the invasion of Normandy in 1944, Pétain and Pierre Laval, his replacement after 1942, were forced to seek protection from Germany. Afterwards, both were captured, tried, found guilty of high treason, and sentenced to death. Laval was executed in 1945, but Charles de Gaulle commuted Pétain's sentence to life in prison. Did you like the video? In the description you will find the blog link with the full article. Give an incentive by subscribing to the channel, liking, commenting, and sharing with your friends. Hugs. Until the next.